Hi, my name is Alexandria Daniel, and today I plan to persuade you why drinking 4 ounces of red wine daily can provide many health benefits in a woman's diet. People assume that alcohol does more harm to one's body rather than benefit it. However, this common assumption is wrong. Doctors worldwide have been studying and researching the advantageous effects of red wine, and there are quite a few. Red wine originated in the country of Georgia around 6000 BC and made its way to the Balkans around 4500 BC. Today, Italy produces the most wine worldwide, with the United States ranking in at number 4. Drinking 4 ounces of red wine a day can raise your good cholesterol and thin your blood, which in turn promotes cardiovascular health. Red wine is beneficial in preventing noise-induced hearing loss. And finally, red wine is useful in a woman's diet as to regulate blood sugar levels. Unless a woman is oenophobic or afraid of red wine, I want to persuade women worldwide to take advantage of the special benefits that 4 ounces can give you. So that we're clear, 4 ounces is not a full glass. 4 ounces is just this much, which if you have a measuring cup, you can measure 4 ounces of something in that measuring cup. According to the National American Heart Association, heart disease is the #1 killer of women and is more deadly than all forms of cancer combined. Furthermore, heart disease causes 1 in 3 women's deaths each year. This means approximately 1 woman every minute is killed due to some form of a cardiovascular problem. An estimated 43 million women in the United States are affected by heart disease, which means that 90% of women have 1 or more risk factors for developing heart disease. People rely on their hearing for nearly everything, whether that may be simply chatting with a friend, or if an individual is blind, needing their hearing, perhaps at a crosswalk, so that the individual remains safe. Nearly 20% of Americans live with some degree of hearing loss. Noise-induced hearing loss is a growing medical issue for our military, with more than 12% of troops returning back home with significant hearing loss. And with the personal earphones and mobile devices turned up to high volumes that we have in today's society, it is projected to be an issue for the children generation as well. Noise-induced hearing loss can cause several problems, including the obvious, which is the inability to hear correctly, sleeping difficulties, problems with communication, and a higher risk of heart disease due to a greater prevalence of hypertension, blood lipid, and sugar levels. According to a national diabetes report, slightly over 9% of the United States population has diabetes. This is approximately 29.1 million people. Within the 29.1 million people who have diabetes, only 21 million actually know that they carry diabetes, and the other 8.1 million are undiagnosed. Moreover, diabetes was the 7th leading cause of death in the United States in 2010, based on the 69,071 death certificates in which diabetes was listed as the underlying cause of death. In 2010, diabetes was mentioned as a cause of death in a total of 234,051 certificates. These are very serious diseases that people, specifically women, in the United States deal with. However, we can easily prevent or lessen these chances by drinking 4 ounces of a very special drink. This special drink is known as red wine. Drinking 4 ounces of red wine daily promotes cardiovascular health due to the greater concentration of polyphenols, or proteins, which has a high effect on cardiovascular diseases. According to a medical doctor, Dr. Agatson, he is quoted with saying, "A glass of red wine with a meal can help prevent the constriction of blood vessels that follow a fatty meal and lead to a heart attack." Red wine contains an active component named resveratrol, which can prevent noise-induced hearing loss. Scientists deduce if a human drinks a moderate amount, being 4 ounces of red wine, the active component resveratrol helps prevent or lessen the likelihood of an individual losing their hearing. In addition, red wine can also lessen the chances of a woman getting diabetes. Alcohol improves the body's response to insulin, which regulates blood sugar, and when your blood sugar is under control, your body won't store as much glucose as fat, published Ashley Patton, a writer for Women's Health magazine. We can visualize the benefits of drinking 4 ounces of red wine by contrasting what is more likely to happen without drinking red wine. We can choose to not drink 4 ounces of red wine daily and potentially increase our risk for many different types of health diseases. We have a higher likelihood of ending up with cardiovascular problems. We have a higher likelihood of losing our hearing at a very early age. Women have a higher risk of getting diabetes. Or, the alternative, we as a species can choose to lessen the risk of all these health problems and improve our general health by adding 4 ounces of red wine in our daily diet. People who drink red wine in moderation are known to live 5 years longer than people who do not. It was found that those who ate or drank the most foods or beverages with red coloration were less likely to suffer chronic inflammation, which is associated with many of today's health concerns, including some of the following that I mentioned: diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. In closing, I am urging women worldwide to take advantage of this special drink and drink 4 ounces of red wine. Red wine can raise the good cholesterol in a female's body and protect them from having heart diseases such as heart attacks or strokes. Red wine can prevent noise-induced hearing loss from many different things, whether it may be being in the army, or maybe you just have poor decision-making choices and listen to your music too loudly. Red wine can regulate a woman's blood sugar levels to prevent or regulate diabetes. Each of these prevalent problems can be easily prevented or lessened by drinking 4 ounces of red wine. Women worldwide should realize the world can continue to keep spinning with women running it if we drink red wine. Ultimately, red wine has many more beneficial effects than negative effects when drank in the long run and when drank in moderation. Thank you.